Famvestor presents the Vailen Venture vlog. Join us on our search for freedom, adventure, and the absolute truths of this world. On our journey, we will discuss passive income streams, being frugal, living optimalistically, and designing a wholesome lifestyle, all for the purpose of investing in the family. Because strong families are the cornerstone for a world at peace.
Okay, then say hi. Konnichiwa, and welcome to the Vailen Venture vlog episode 2. So a new thing I want to start is I want to start with a hello from a different language on every episode. Might be lame, but that's what I want to do, and since it's my show, I do what I want. So today's word is the Japanese form of hello. So konnichiwa. And today we are here in Alpine, New Jersey, one of the richest towns in New Jersey, actually. And coming up to see the Devil's Tower. I believe this is where New Jersey Devil originated. Anyway, we're not going to go into that. What we are going to go into today is budgeting and the best financial spreadsheet, the only financial spreadsheet you will ever need. I'm going to show you all that today. But before I do that, I wanted to... we got to say hi to Vailen, and we got to say hi to my wife.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. Anyway, before we get started, I want to paint a little picture. Let's say that you make $50,000 a year. You know, that's kind of a traditional middle class income. And let's say after taxes, Social Security, Medicare, costs like that really you take home $36,500. Okay, let's just say that. And there's 365 days in a year, so you divide 36,500 by 365, and you're left with $100 a day. You're bringing home $100 a day. And let's say you rent an apartment for $1,500 a month. 30 days in a month, 1,500 divided by 30, that's $50 a day. So remember, you're making $100 a day. Subtract $50 a day for your housing expenses, you're left with $50. Let's say you got up this morning, you had to rush out the door, so you grab breakfast from Taco Bell for $5. Still haven't tried the Taco Bell breakfast. I used to work at Taco Bell for 6 months, though, so I better get on that. You know, the funny thing is, every day I worked at Taco Bell, I loved it more and more, and they gave us $8 worth of free food on every shift, and never got sick of it for all 6 months. Anyway, okay, so let's say, you had $100 minus $50 for living expenses, so you're left with $50 that day. You bought $5 for breakfast, $5 for lunch, $10 for dinner, so another $20 off, and you got $30 remaining. And let's say you have to stop for gas, and you buy $20 worth of, big house, Vailen, and you buy $20 worth of gas, so you're left with $10, right? And then you get home, and you're shopping on Amazon, you see this really cool sweater, and it's on sale for $10. So you spend your last remaining $10, and you break even, net zero, no gains, no losses, and you buy the sweater, and you didn't make anything, your savings don't grow, but But wait, you forgot other expenses that you weren't taking into consideration, things like home insurance, health insurance, car insurance, utilities, any number of expenses, phone bill, anything recurring like that. And guess what? Now you are in debt. So, what's up?
No service. Phone call was dropped.
Oh no. Okay, so looks like we lost service here in the mountains of Alpine. So that's really why it's important to really calculate and really measure and create a budget for yourself, because you never know. Maybe that's why your savings not growing. Maybe that's why you're living paycheck to paycheck, because all these little things add up. And if you're never calculating, if you're never measuring and just hoping and praying that you're going to have a savings, and you might be thinking you're doing the right thing, you only spent $5 on lunch. It's very hard to spend $5 on lunch these days. But, you might be thinking you're doing all the right things, but if you don't actually take the time to create that expense sheet, and that's really what we want to share with you today. So click on this link for the expense spreadsheet, or maybe it's over here, depending on how much space I have on the screen. I think, over here. Okay. yeah. So that expense spreadsheet, I'm going to go into it in detail at home. I'll show you the whole thing, show you the expenses. And this is what kind of we use to allocate our budget and to find our net worth. It's a really great spreadsheet, very simple, one page. So I'm going to go into that. And after I go into that, I'm going to return back to here and talk about budgeting and the importance of budgeting. We're back here at the house, and we're going to show you what I was talking about with this financial spreadsheet. So if you want to just go to famvestor.com, and you can go to the blog and type in the spreadsheet, or you can just go famvestor.com/spreadsheet, and we'll get right into this. Nice cute picture of Vailen on there. So I give a brief description on how to use this spreadsheet. This is a very powerful spreadsheet. It shows your net worth, your annual savings rate, your annual expenses, all on one Google spreadsheet, all on one page, and it's formatted so you can just hit print, and it'll print really nicely on 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So let's go through this. So that's your general overview, and there's some equations in there to get your total gross income, your total assets. But before you can get those, you have to fill in everything else. And then you have your expenses. This is everything, from month to month, from year to year. I have it broken down by week, every 2 weeks, every month. I have it kind of labeled in blue. These are things that just kind of come out of my paycheck, like health insurance, dental insurance, taxes. We estimated our year-end taxes, and then I can see from my paycheck what they take out for Social Security and Medicare tax. And red is our homeowner expenses. Maybe you don't have that. Maybe you just pay rent, and then some other miscellaneous expenses. But in total, you can see exactly what your expenses are, and for most people, you know exactly what your salary is. So to get your, so you add up both salaries if you're married, and then you get your total gross income, and you take your total gross income and you subtract your total expenses to get your total annual savings. So that's how much you save each and every year if you stick to this expense sheet. And I'll go into budgets a little later because you can't track every expense. You don't know what you're going to be buying this month or next month. So we ourselves set a budget, and that budget's $450 a month each, so that's $900 a month for the both of us. And by tracking every recurring expense and then every out-of-pocket expense, we capture the whole expense package. So that's kind of how you calculate your savings rate. And that's a very important number to know, and you definitely want that number to be in the green, not red in the negative. So the next thing to know that's really valuable is your net worth, and that's what we see a little bit below here. So your net worth is essentially just a simple equation, your net assets minus your liabilities, any debts you have. So an asset is things like a house. That house that we own is worth $545,000, but we owe $382,000 on it. So our net worth in just that house, or what the house is worth, is $162,000 for us. So we there's different assets, like what money is in your savings, what money is in your IRAs. So we added all that up, and that goes into this total assets column. And then you have your total liabilities, which is all your debts, including what you owe on the house, owe on a car, things of that nature. And you subtract the two, and you get your net worth. So that's a real cool number to know. I love to just make duplicates of this sheet and mark it whenever, what time that financial picture was for us. And it's cool to see as you go along your net worth increasing. And right now, it's increased from when we did this in July, and now we're quarter millionaires. We broke that 250,000 benchmark. So that's really awesome. And it's a really cool spreadsheet. I urge you all to take a few minutes. I mean, it's probably going to be more like 2 hours if you've never baselined your expenses and know what's in all your savings accounts. But I think it's really valuable. It's really worthwhile doing. And Vailen thinks so too. Right, Vailen? Yeah? Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, and get back to the show. So we'll see you soon. Good luck. Godspeed.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so we decided the best way for us to start out
Look at Mama.
disciplining ourselves with finances was to set a monthly cash budget on ourselves. So what that meant was we allotted ourselves $500 each for the month, and we decided to take it all out in cash so that we could keep better track of what we were spending it on and when it was finally all gone.
And what did we find out when we did that with cash instead of debit cards or credit cards?
I'm gonna get off my bike to walk here a little bit. We realized how quickly 500 can go if you're really not careful and you're spending on little insignificant things. They add up quite quickly in your month. I can't do this.
Yeah, so cash is just so much more real than credit. You know, to swipe a credit card, oh, $5 here, $10 here, $5 there. You don't think anything of it. But when you take out a $100 bill at the beginning of the week, you put it in your wallet, and then 3 days later it's gone. That's like, whoa, what happened to that 100? I just took out 100 and it's gone. So that's why we really recommend, you know, couples or anyone just starts baselining and creating a discipline for themselves by only spending cash.
So now we continue to track our expenses, not necessarily through the cash in our pocket, but a slightly more high-tech method in which we use a special app called the Saver app.
It's an app, you know, Saver. Whoop. And all you got to do, let's use Vailen's camera here. Okay, yeah, so Saver app. And let's say you stop at McDonald's and you buy $3.21 because of tax. And then you just put that in. You spend for food $3.21. And then you see we programmed in for our October budget every month $450. And right now, kind of in the middle of the month, and I spent halfway kind of. I spent $244. I have $205 left to go to spend. And yeah, whenever you're at the grocery store, you know, and you're buying $20 worth of groceries, you just save that there. Takes away from your budget, and it's very quick, very easy. We both have this app, and we both just track our expenses that way. And when you can track your everyday out-of-pocket expenses, and you can track your recurring expenses, like on the spreadsheet that I explained, then you can see all the expenses, and you know how much income you're getting. At least majority do. Majority people are just salaried, so they make a certain amount each year, and you can know what your net savings is, and then how much your annual savings is, and that's where it really becomes powerful. You can see you have a goal to buy a house. You need a $50,000 down payment. You can see how many years it's going to take you, how much you have to budget, what your budget can be if you want to save that in 2 years. Use that spreadsheet that I just shared, and you can find, okay, I can only spend $600 a month, and that'll be enough for me to save $25,000 a year, and then in 2 years I'll have enough of a down payment to buy that house, you know, or a boat, or whatever it may be that you want. And that's really the power of budgeting and tracking. And I think that's kind of all I want to say about, you know, the power of budgeting, and that power really allows you to break free from living that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. But I really urge you all, you know, take a look at that spreadsheet that I shared and try to input your own numbers in there and really see where you stand in your finances, what your expenses are. Are all those expenses necessary? We try to minimize our recurring expenses as much as possible, and then we try to only spend within the realm of our budget each month. And then you can see, you know, we have a pretty huge savings rate. Right now, 40% of my paycheck goes into just my retirement accounts. And we're able to do that because we budget very well, and we're not spending. We know exactly what we're spending. We know exactly what we want to save, and our net worth is just growing every year, you know, and that's a very powerful thing. So we just want to share that with you guys, and we hope that you can really take it to heart. Spend 30 minutes with your spouse, or even just if you're single, just with yourself, to kind of really baseline where you are in terms of finances. That's just a one-page spreadsheet, you know, very simple. Just take some time. It'll take you maybe an hour to look up all your bank accounts and fill that thing in. But it's really cool. You can just duplicate the spreadsheet and save it through the years to kind of see where you were at a year ago and then where you are at now. And hopefully you see that your net worth goes up by 100,000 in a year, something like that. Something crazy would be cool, huh? But it's really cool to see. It's been cool for me to see, for us to see our growth. And yeah, it's a very powerful tool. So I highly recommend it. Good luck, guys, and Godspeed.